My name is Azaan Barlas. I was on the 2021 IRC team, and I did TCM for that year, 2020, 2021.
My name is Edgar Lucatero. Same team as Azaan. I was a portfolio manager for, I think, the equity portfolio.
My name is Keiichi. I was also part of the IRC team, and I was portfolio manager for the President's Scholars for both semesters as well.
Hey guys, we're all from the same year, so 2020 to 2021, all in the IRC together.
I'm currently an investment analyst at Canterbury Consulting. It's a consulting firm in Newport Beach.
I kind of decided for a slight career change, so I'm not working in finance right now, but I'm aiming to get my master's in computer science.
I'm a valuation associate at Marshall & Stevens. I've been there for about a year, but I am switching companies. I just put in my 2 weeks, so I'll be working for BDO, fully remote, which is cool. And that's sort of like the same thing, but it's more like transaction advisory.
I am doing a research internship with Canterbury Consulting, lined up with JP Morgan in their middle market banking specialized industries rotational program. And so I'm very excited to start that in June.
A lot of us didn't really know much about finance before applying to TCM. So before, I just kind of wanted to get more involved in like school and academics. I wasn't even a finance major, but I just applied for it because I knew it's somewhere that you can like push yourself academically. The second reason I applied is because I wanted to get better at finances in general.
Primarily, I just wanted to really test myself, like my abilities, and push those forward. Part of it was also kind of egotistical. I wanted to be at the cream of the crop when it comes to like the finance majors.
I decided to join TCM because finance is a very wide and broad field. It's hard to narrow it down to know exactly what part of finance you want to go into. Originally, I thought I wanted to go into personal financial planning just because I like to talk to people, and it's hard to know what you like until you try it out. This was a really great experience to try out the investment side of finance, and ultimately it drew me into that side of the industry altogether. So it was definitely a great experience.
It just opens up a lot in terms of responsibility, teamwork, focusing and getting everything done. And in general, I think I learned a lot more about finance more than any other class, to be completely honest. Like, I learned probably 99% of my things from TCM and like the other 20% from my other classes.
One of the primary reasons why I decided to join TCM as well was because you got to basically apply all the theoretical things that you learn every day in class to actual money, to actual portfolios, to real outcomes. It's basically an internship. This is what you're doing. It's like a pre-test drive for any job that you get, because you're going to work in groups, you're going to have deadlines. Learning how to communicate and navigate difficult situations is invaluable. Obviously, there's hard skills that you learn like Excel, like modeling, that are also incredibly helpful, because there's no Excel class that's going to teach you what TCM is going to teach you, because you're going to be in it every day. It's not a test, it's not a practice run, there is no quiz. Like, it's just you're really getting your hands dirty, and it's the best learning experience.
It's a lot of effort, but it's definitely worth every second you put in just to try to make your report and presentation as best as possible. Representing a school that won already 3 times in a row is a great accomplishment. Beating like UCLA and USC. It just feels good to be able to beat those top tier schools, even though we're still from a California State University.
A lot of it is like kind of tests you in terms of working in teams, because you might have differing opinions. So you need to work those out. I mean, a lot of working late nights, lots of practice for sure, lots of edits, going back and forth, reaching out to different people for their expertise. I mean, the whole thing in itself was a learning experience. Coming out with the win was definitely like, it's something to look forward to if someone, an upcoming team is looking to participate in it.
Once we were sitting there and then they said like, oh, Cal State Bulletin team won, like you forget how hard it was, and you just feel happy, like you just feel like there's not a lot of chances like in life in general where you can like directly get the reward of something that you worked super hard for, and then just like feel super proud of it, especially when you're competing with others who like maybe put in the same amount of work or more than you, but your like work still shows like how good you did. And another thing I'd like to add is like going to a Cal State, even if some people like don't acknowledge it, there is this feeling sometimes where you do kind of feel less than other people in other schools. It just like reaffirms that even if we're in different life situations and we have different opportunities, you can work harder, and then meritocracy does exist. We had way less resources. Like we didn't even have Bloomberg. So many other schools have Bloomberg. We literally had none, but we still beat those other schools.
So I think it tests not only your work ethic, your ability to work in teams, but also your commitment level, because you really have to be committed, because there is no grade. There's no grade. You're not going to fail if you don't do it. You're just not. I mean, you're going to fail in the competition, but you're not going to fail a class. So I think it's hard to stay motivated if you're not intrinsically committed to your goal, and as a team too. There's not a lot of times where you get so much real life experience in a short amount of time, and that it's recognized so widely, because it's a CFA IRC challenge. So it's not just any challenge. It's very much acclaimed and it's recognized by a lot of different firms. So definitely not something to take lightly.
If you have any ambition, even if you're not, because I wasn't necessarily educated in finance, but I was just an ambitious student. So any ambitious student at all, try it out and you'll be grateful.
Once you get out in the real world, these are real life skills that you're receiving. I think anybody that has real ambitions to make a career, because I feel like, this is my personal opinion, in the state schools, I think we focus so much on getting to the degree and just getting to the finish line, which is great. You need to graduate. You need to make sure there's something that comes after. And I think TCM bridge it, at least for me, that's what bridged it for me. It made it so I could not only get this degree, but also get to the next step in my life.
If for whatever reason you haven't been able to, put a lot down on your resume so that you could, bring that to recruiters, employers, TCM will definitely help to fill out that resume and connect you with people so that you can get that internship. So it'll definitely help.
Sometimes it's really easy to feel like you know nothing, or that everyone else knows exactly what they're talking about. I think a lot of finance and a lot of fields is learning as much as you can and putting it to practice as quickly as you can. But basically, don't ever feel bad for not knowing something, or for starting off and not knowing a lot, because it's like you're never going to be good at anything right off the bat. You're gonna have to work on it. So don't count yourself out and try.
In general, making connections, because in TCM you're going to spend a lot of your time with your peers, working countless hours, and you're going to have a real bond with these people, and just being able to know exactly what you want to do, and also expanding beyond TCM, alumni and like companies nearby, just trying to connect with as many people as possible, expand your horizon. To get that network going is definitely important to start earlier than
TCM. After coming across it and going through it, is like the single greatest opportunity I've like ever seen out of college, to get you from wherever you are right here, like up here. No matter who you are, what background you come from, or how much you're educated, if you put in the work, it's like the greatest opportunity you can have. So if you want to like be extremely ambitious and make your own life for yourself career-wise, this is the best opportunity that I've ever seen.